All right. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another episode of The Mentor.
And the social worker.
Or The Social Worker and The Mentor.
Exactly,
I think
bro.
I've got a little bit wrong. Yeah. I was thinking, is it me or is it you first?
No.
Yeah.
Bruv, the weather's hot.
I can't even talk right now, you know. Listen, I am...
Listen, bruv. You see, this is Ghana weather.
It's not even coming out of my mouth,
Yeah.
you know.
Bruv, this is Ghana weather. This is cold weather. Hey, this is cold weather. Listen, Ghana, this is nothing.
But this is no joke, you know.
Hey, listen, when I go to Ghana, yeah, this is standard. But I get what you're saying. There's no breeze in it.
Listen, right, I got to put a disclaimer right there, yeah, right? And, you know, there's always one. As I said to you today, I was driving here, I saw a ute in a puffer coat.
Bruv, there's always one who's always going to do that.
In a puffer, you know?
Yeah. Bruv, the same, and it's always the same kind of tracksuit and thing, innit?
Is it mental health?
Huh?
Is it mental health?
Bruv, I don't even know, bruv. I don't even know.
No,
actually, no, I've seen a couple, actually. I think to myself, why?
I do think it's a little bit of insecurities / mental health.
Potentially.
/ just stupid, yeah?
Yeah.
/ just take the thing off and wear the vest.
Yeah, just wear the vest. String vest.
Yeah.
String vest, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mad though, man. But yeah, but on the road though, but you know, it's absolutely fantastic, man.
Nah, 100.
It's just nice when, and you know, in London, everyone's happy, the vibe
Everyone's
is
nice. Everyone's
yeah.
out. Picnics.
Nice,
barbecues.
yeah.
Everyone's out.
Ah, listen, man.
I'm telling you, bruv.
I haven't been able to sleep.
Nah, I know. Bruv,
Sleeping thing's mad.
bruv, you know getting up to go to gym was hard. Bruv, telling you.
Yeah, mad.
Anyway.
But you think though, you're right.
Yeah, no, bruv, I'm calm, you know, I'm calm. Just first and foremost, I want to say, obviously, thank you to everyone who's been supporting the podcast, you know, who's been following us on TikTok, on Instagram, you know, on our Spotify as well. I mean, me and Robert, we're trying to be consistent as possible, do you know what I mean? And we're getting very, very good feedback as well.
Yeah, we are.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
And it's so appreciative. It really, really is and everything. But one of the things I got to say, yeah, people then, right, yeah, listen, right, on this screen right now,
100.
whether it's on the right-hand side or the left-hand side or up here, sir, down there, across, zigzag, zooza, zigala, right, yeah, wherever it is and everything, right, there's a thing called subscribe. It's free. You don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah? Like, it's just ding, ding, ding. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
So we would really, really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel and
share it. Just share it with your colleagues, share it with your friends. Do you know what I mean? We're all over. And if you do want to come and do any collabs, yeah, the email, the social worker and the mentor at gmail.com.
That's it.
You know, email Robert and Nana. We'll definitely get back to you, man.
Yeah,
you know, but thank you so much.
That's it, man. That's it. But what another episode? Another week, another episode.
I know.
You know, one of the things that means quite a lot to both of us, and I was always saying to Nana, what's quite important is that, you know, we create a great body of work and conversations of substance and conversations where, you know, we can be quite passionate, get things off our chests, what we see is going on in maybe a local authorities or just in education in general, just generic conversation. It doesn't have to be personal, it could be personal experience, or it could be just generic.
Yeah.
But this week's episode, which I'll let you tell the people then what we're talking about, and then I'll be sort of like doing the journalism, sort of interviewing this week.
No, that's cool.
So listen, Nana done about 15 press up. He said, Robert, we'll be talking a lot this week, you know, bruv. So Nana's gonna have the floor today.
You just stuck it on, man, like that, you know. You just stuck it on me.
But I think sometimes it's a good thing though, because
it is.
If you think of podcasting, it's a form of like a disc jockey radio show.
It is
journalism.
It is.
Your interviewee or interviewer.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good for me, even as a mentor and as an educational professional, that I'm learning from you. You know, because I always want to learn. I like to be educated.
Speaking of learning,
curious, you know what I mean?
I've been asking you since the beginning of this podcast. Are you gonna go and do your social work degree?
Yeah. Well, it's gonna happen.
Nah.
It's gonna happen. Happen.
Good.
It's gonna happen.
Good.
I've just got so much on my radar.
Yeah.
So many opportunities. So much great things about to happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear, bro.
People then, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But don't change the subject and everything.
Yeah.
20 press ups, you know.
Yeah.
But now, on a serious note now. So, Nano, today's topic.
Yeah. It's a juicy one, isn't it?
The juicy one.
Yeah, it is.
So, tell the people what you wanted to talk about, and then I'll do the back and forth.
I think one of the things I wanted to talk about is whether there's enough diversity, in senior leadership and management positions in social work. That's what I wanted to kind of discuss today, because I think it is a topic that it's been touched upon in other discussions and other kind of podcasts, but I think it's kind of good maybe from our end, whereby we're going to be a bit more raw and authentic, because I think it's still an ongoing issue, and there's things that need to be said, and it's also about learning, changing the narrative and how things can actually be different within social work practice and also management and leadership.
All right. So I'm going to start off this way, okay? So I'm into football.
Yeah.
In fact, I love football. I'm a gooner. I love Arsenal. We're not doing great right now, but we're on the rise, man. Yeah, we're on the rise. But being part of a football team, whether it's semi-professional, professional, non-league, whatever, whatnot, when you're part of a team and sometimes maybe things don't work out in that team, it's whether your face fits, it's whether your personality fits, or whether you're a liability, or they see you as an asset, or there's just something about you that they just don't like. Now, that coincides with, I suppose, when you work in a workplace. Whether you work in a school environment, a local authority environment, depending on the department, whatever, whatnot. And there's always a narrative. There's always a reason why. Sometimes I think there's quite a lot of politics into
absolutely
the reason why they may not tell you the truth. Sometimes they feel like the truth may hurt you. There's so much we can dig into. All right, so do you think it's true?
All right, bruv. You know what? I'm gonna be as honest with you as possible about this, because it's very important. Representation is so important in social work, because it's not just about reflecting the workspace, but it's also about reflecting the families and the children with whom you work with. But there's underrepresentation in those leadership and management arenas. There's a glass ceiling that has existed for a very long time in terms of those from Black, African, Black Caribbean, Asian, and other minority ethnic groups being able to progress within those leadership arenas. And bruv, the truth is, racial inequality has existed in social work for years. The racial undertones, the stereotypes, the prejudice, the stereotypes, all of those things are still very much present in social work. So in those leadership positions, what it boils down to is whose face fits to be a leader. So this is not about senior leaders across the council and across the country putting any black person in those positions because you're just ticking the box. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a smokescreen. What it's about is about senior leaders. They need to be coming down and talking to professionals of those backgrounds and addressing the elephant in the room. What are the barriers to you progressing, and what are your experience within the workplace? Because, bruv, in social work, the British Association of Social Work, one of our code of ethics is about social justice. That touches upon equality, diversity, and inclusion. If that's something that we do stand for, then we need to make sure that it's reflected within our management structure across the board. That's the only way that things are going to be changed. But people need to be honest and address the elephant in the room. There is not enough diversity in those positions. There isn't. All right.
Now, see, when we mention the word diversity, and I think this is quite important, diversity among, whether you work in the education sector, social care, local authority, a government job, it means where there's a specific job role, and it doesn't matter what color you are, whether you're white, black, blue, Asian, African, Caribbean, etc., etc., etc. Now, I think sometimes what sort of like gets triggered or is that sometimes you might have a certain particular race that might have the piece of paper. You've also got the same piece of paper as the other person from another race.
Counterparts,
Or maybe they're liked by a particular manager, so there could be a form of favoritism, to a certain degree as well. But I suppose the angle I want to ask you is, why is this? Is it the ethos of the actual council? Is it management are taught to have a certain criteria and they have to stick to the criteria, or is it that they don't feel confident in the actual line of managers that's below them, or are they just playing it safe? What is it? Because as you know, times are changing. Me and you keep saying this. Times are changing. The world is changing. So what is it?
I mean, brother, it could be a number of things, but I'm going to stand by what I said, because the glass ceiling is still very much there. If you've got social workers who have the same credentials as maybe a social worker who's white, and you've got a black and white social worker, but maybe the social worker who's maybe white might progress far more quicker than a social worker who's black. The question has to be, what is the reason why? If you've got the same level of experience, what is the reason why? Is it knowledge? Is it practice issues? Because let me give you some stats on this, So I did research to look at, within the last 2 years, of social work management and leaders across the country. And bruv, only 1% of senior leaders with directors and children's services across the country are either black African or black Caribbean, and a further 1% were from a mixed background. 60% of black safeguarding professionals find it very difficult to progress up the chain. So this is even if you have got the credentials and you have got the experience and you've got the life experience, but in comparison to our white counterparts, we might not be progressing as high up or as quickly as enough. The question as to why. Now, is that because maybe there's unconscious work bias? And that's what we have got to be open and honest about. As social workers, as practitioners, we're taught that we have to work into an anti-oppressive and anti-discriminatory way. But unfortunately, bruv, within our line of work, there are professionals who have unconscious work bias, and potentially, that could potentially be a block in terms of, or is the inequalities that we're seeing. I'm not saying everyone, but I'm just saying these are the little intricacies that people need to be open and vocal about.
All right, let's use an example. You got Jack, and you got Jill. Okay? You got Jack and Jill. So in fact, all right, let's make it 2 men, for example, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you got Jack and John.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Jack and John today. Sorry, Timmy, not this week, yeah? All right? No Timmy this week.
Yeah.
So it's Jack and John. All right? Jack is maybe from an Asian background.
Yeah.
And John is from African Caribbean background.
Yeah.
Okay, right? So he's mixed, okay, all right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Same credentials. One's performances might be slightly better than another in terms of, let's say, report writing and work, okay?
Yeah.
Or keeping on top of their caseload. One might be better in terms of his going out there to visit families, attending court cases with young people.
Yeah.
All right. But I would say overall they're pretty much 50-50 with each other.
Yeah.
But one slightly gets, I suppose, the more likability factor. Or more favoritism.
Yeah.
How would you explain that?
So it could be a number of things, because it might be maybe the day of the interview. So I'm just saying, if we're saying that they're both potentially the same performance, report writing, knowledge, it might be the day of the interview. Maybe one's got it and one hasn't got it. And also, when interviews do happen, one of the things local authorities have to do is that they have to make sure that the panel is diverse. So you need to make sure there might be, say, a woman or a black woman, or someone who's an Asian man, or someone who's white. You have to make sure it's equal. Do you know what I mean? Because that's kind of the way to kind of show that actually there's no discriminatory, there's no unconscious bias, that you've got 3 people from 3 different backgrounds, black, white and Asian, male and female, who are able to make a decision. So it might be that on the day the person's interviewed for that post, one's better and one isn't. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? And they might go and say, and give you feedback, because they have to give you feedback and say, okay, this is where you were stronger and we are pointing you, or actually, you were unsuccessful, and these are the reasons why. So they will have to go and provide you that feedback, So I'm not saying that local authority and councils don't do that, but what I'm saying is that I'm talking about the inequalities in terms of going further up. Because let me just even be deeper with you, Me and you, by virtue of this podcast, young black male social work manager, young black male mentor, there's no reason, bruv, why me and you can't be future leaders. But bruv, the reality is that the system that we're working in, there's going to be barriers to me and you progressing. And when I came into social work,
100%.
when I first qualified, one of the things I always looked at was leadership, because from university I was a student rep. I said I want to be a senior leader. When I went into those meetings and boardroom meetings, I hardly saw any people who looked like me around the table. I didn't see any young black men or black men around the table. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be the one to go and change that narrative.
But bro, I'm going to be honest with you, because I think sometimes in this podcast we have to just drop it like it's hot. Sorry, and keep it real, right? Yeah. There is a likability factor, right? Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. So this doesn't just happen in social care. This also happens in education. Okay. Right, yeah. I'm going to use a quick example before we go back to that, just to give people a sort of like of a example of what I mean. Okay, right? Yeah. When I first got into education, I used to work in a particular school, and I was nervous, man. But I did my credentials. Actually, it was my second school, that I worked in, right? Yeah. So I was already a learner mentor 3.5 years in. I was a qualified child counsellor.
Yeah.
I had 3 years worth of experience. So I walked into the staff room, and they figured, who's this black guy with the mohawk and gold tooth and everything there, right?
Yeah.
And when I walked in, I looked to the left, I looked right, and no one even said to me, like, hi, what's your name? But I saw a chair at the back, so I went to the back, and people's body language was like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Like, who is he? Do you know what I mean? Now, remember, I'm new into the education game, but one thing I knew and one thing I noticed is that there's cliques, is whether they like you, and it's whether you're liked. Right, yeah? It's as simple as that, right? Yeah. And guess what? And you know what? It's a business. It is a business, right? Yeah. Now, the point I'm trying to make, right? Yeah, is that after about a month, all of a sudden now, what? Robert's flavor of the month. Robert, yo, come have lunch with us. Hey, Robert, I would like to talk to you. Can you come into my office? So I'm getting people from different backgrounds, different cultures.
Yeah.
People who talk different jargons of language, whatever, whatnot, and everything, yeah? And a lot of it is whether you're liked, but also whether you fit in.
Yeah.
Right, yeah? Now, let's just keep it real, right, yeah? Right? Because we have to keep it real, right, yeah? Now, I have heard a lot of former colleagues and just generic people who I know have been ex-social workers, and they have applied for senior management
posts,
roles,
yeah.
right? Whether it's a team leader, a senior management post, whatever. I don't know, get it.
Yeah.
And then they've tried again. Then they've been told by their manager, try again in 6 months.
Yeah.
Try again in 3 months.
Yeah.
Try again in 6 months. The person's thinking, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Are you messing about with me now? Because on paper, they're fitting the criteria.
Yeah. Experience, knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
On paper, right? They're ticking the boxes. So why are you not allowing me to get to the next level?
But bruv, this is what I'm trying to say to you about the inequality. And that's why I said I gave the example about me and you. And bruv, it's kind of like, when I, like, in terms of where I am right now in my career, yeah, I regularly make sure that, you know, I present myself well, I talk very well,
Yes.
I'm knowledgeable, because I don't want anyone to come and pigeonhole me and think, you know what, it's just another black brother who don't know what he's talking about. Bruv, me and you even had it, and we said it in the last episode, a couple episodes ago, how somebody's commented and said, you man sound unprofessional. But you're only saying that because you're seeing two black men from ends, yeah, talking about this, and we're talking about our experiences. You're not even taking into account the context of why we're speaking the way we're speaking and our engagement with, you know, the children, young people, families. You know what I'm saying? You're not taking into account. You're just seeing two black men and thinking it's not unprofessional. Why is it? Bruv, let me even deep it with you. Code switching. How many black professionals have to code switch in the work arena to assimilate? A lot of us have to code switch as to how we speak.
But that's the problem though, brother.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But once again, is that a major part of the problem?
But it is, and I also think for us, we have to coach it because it's kind of like, you don't want to be pigeonholed. You don't want somebody to box you in to go in and say, oh, you know, you're aggressive. Because bro, I've had that. Oh, Nana, you sound aggressive and all this and all that. But are you saying I sound aggressive because I'm a black man saying it? You know, because I'm a black professional, but I can be assertive with you. But are you saying I'm aggressive because it's a black man saying it? Do you know what I'm trying to say to you, bruv? And bruv, the key thing about this within inequalities is that the inequalities, if it doesn't change, remember, it's not just about the management aspect of it, but it's also about those decision makers, it affects the families and that we work with. There's inequalities within the social care system, in child protection, in safeguarding, you know, in decisions that are made for many people from, you know, from these different, from our backgrounds. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So what I'm saying is that all these things, they need to be able to come to the forefront. But in the social profession, we've got to be open and talk about it. And bruv, I've got colleagues who are white, and I'm able to talk to them about my own lived experiences or experiences, and they're social workers, and they're able to have that honest conversation. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not about a white and black thing. This is just about knowing that there's inequalities within the system. How are you going to address it? And I'll be honest with you, I don't think senior leaders, they're not comfortable having this conversation. No, they're not comfortable with it, bruv.
So all right. So during lockdown.
Yeah.
All right. So during lockdown, for me personally, it was, I had ups and downs like everybody else. I mean, anyone that knows me, everyone knows I'm a very happy-go-lucky person. I like to motivate people. Like, what are you saying? What are you doing? Like, I like to motivate people. I want to know why you're not progressing, right? I love seeing people win. I love a success story. Do you know what I mean, right? Yeah. But during the lockdown, when it was the whole Black Lives Matter, I'm not gonna lie to you, it done something to me. No, real talk, seriously. So I remember I was in my sitting room, I was at home. I think I was watching the first march. I went to the second march, but I was watching the first march. But then, when you're watching everything on TV in terms of, black diversity on TV, from TV programs, presenters, and how at the time the ratio wasn't as great, and then obviously it's kind of crazy. Probably from about a month after or 4 weeks after, all of a sudden now you're seeing a whole heap of black presenters on ITN or on Sky Sports. Yeah, but it shouldn't have taken Black Lives Matter for it to happen.
But bruv, you know what you're saying, and this is the deepest thing, yeah. And with the whole George Floyd thing, yeah, if the whole George Floyd thing didn't happen, yeah, all these things wouldn't come to the forefront. No, and that's facts, because after when George Floyd passed away, that's when, like, in the workspace, everyone was talking about diversity. Local authorities are like, how we can diversify management. Black lives, black practitioners, and all this and all that. But that was on the back of George Floyd. Basically, was the catalyst for that. You get me?
Yeah, but bruv, do you know what, right? Yeah, and this is the thing for me, right? Yeah, which is the point I was trying to just finish off, right? Yeah, so it done something to me, and I tell you the reason why. It empowered me, bro. Like, bruv, let me tell you something. Bruv, I'm a very confident person. Don't get this thing twisted out here, right? Yeah. And yes, every now and then I might get agitated professionally, but let me tell you something. I believe in my own source, right? So let me rephrase that in a terminology where people understand, right? I believe in my experience, I believe in my knowledge, and I believe I have the capabilities to make a change.
100.
And let me tell you something, brother, right? Yeah, right. There's a thing called giving a person a chance. And what I feel sometimes, maybe in the local authority sector, as well as the education sector, people don't want to give you a chance. Because let me tell you something, bruv. I'm a mentor, right, yeah? But mentor isn't just, giving advice to children. I'm more than a mentor, right, yeah? And you're also more than a social worker. But let me tell you something, bruv. If I had if they gave me £1 million today, trust me, you'll see my name in the paper within 2 weeks that I've made a change.
100.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Now, the point I'm trying to make to you, my brother, right, yeah, is I just feel that to a degree, they don't want to give social workers a chance. Like, they should be wanting to, like, get the next superstar social worker or the new shining star or the new rising star. Do you know what I mean? Like, preparing them, grooming the next team leader for the future or 4 and 5 years. It's like, what has happened to taking a chance? And why they're not taking the chance? Is it because they're settled? Like, who is actually running the ship? It's frustrating, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, look, I know a friend, a black social worker. He also went for a management role. And twice, also a female that I know as well, twice they were told, come back in 6 months. The girl said to me, Robert, are they taking a piss out of my profession? Robert, are they taking a piss out of my experience? Robert, don't they want me to grow? And then I remember she gave me a phone call, like, probably about 2 or 3 days after. And she goes, Robert, they made me feel like shit. Now that's horrible. Yeah. Especially when you put the work in, right, yeah? And sometimes you have to ask yourself the question, what did I do wrong?
What did she feel was the reason why? Did she feel when she interviewed, she didn't execute it well? Or did she think actually there was more to it?
She said there's more to it.
Right.
Because as I said, on paper, she ticked every box.
Yeah.
Right, yeah? They said in the interview that, she could have answered a specific question better, or she could have elaborated a bit more with some of the questions. goes, Robert, they're talking rubbish. It's my job role every day. They're asking me questions that I do in my job role every single day, right, yeah? So now it's like they've been picky and choosy. I think what's quite important, right, yeah, something that you said. Now, them ratios that you're mentioning in terms of the diversity groups that's been employed.
Only 1%, you know.
Now, that's a concern. Now, to some degree, how do you turn a blind eye to that? No, without.
But this is what I'm trying to say to you, because you know what, bruv? Like I said, I've got a lot of social work friends in who do safeguarding. Yeah. I've got loads of social work friends, and I've got a lot who are black women who are social workers and who are managers as well. Yeah, and which is why I think next time we need to get some females.
No, but sorry to cut you. One of the things I have noticed.
Yeah.
And I've worked in 5 boroughs, okay, London boroughs. And one of the things I've noticed in 5 boroughs, which is an absolutely fantastic, beautiful, commending, uplifting, absolutely fantastic. Right, there are loads of black, African, minority, ethnic group females.
There's in jobs. So it's absolutely amazing.
It's amazing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
the men, so it's the men. So in terms of like middle management, I can tell you, there's loads of black women who I know, who are managers, like me, team managers. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? There's loads, but
so how do you feel about that?
I think it's great.
I think it's fantastic.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's very fantastic actually to see that. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? You know, to see that there's black women, there's those who are you know, Asian. It's actually really, really good to see. I know conference chairs who are black. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? I think it's excellent. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think the shortfall at the moment right now is the men. So in terms of black men, there's only a few.
But why though?
But this is the thing though, because I look at me, I look at me. I'm, as a manager, black male manager, I'm very, very young, innit? So I look at me and I think to myself, you know what? I can actually be there.
Of course you can.
I can be there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I can be there. And all the women around me say to me, no, you can be there.
Of course you can.
Do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
But at the same time, bruv, there's barriers.
Bruv, I just feel, this is what I feel, bruv, right, yeah? And this is just my honest professional opinion, right, yeah? I just feel like local authority like to play it safe. Because let's just keep it real. They like to play it safe. You know, remember, right, yeah? They don't want to get it wrong, right, yeah? But as I said before, right, yeah? At some point, you've got to give people a chance.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. When you say you don't want to get it wrong, yeah?
What
is it about putting someone who's black or from another minority group in a senior leadership position? When you say local authorities don't want to get it wrong, just elaborate now. Right. Why do you feel local authorities think that it's a risk to put someone who's black or from minority group in those senior leadership positions? Because you know what? One thing I will say to you is that I can't remember where I read it, but there's something that I read where, but actually I think there are black professionals. I think when they get there, do you know what I mean? They kind of feel that there are issues like those inequalities, even when they get to that stage, but they can't really speak on it.
Yeah, but why can't you talk? This is what I'm trying to say. Like, see, this is the thing that oh God, right. This is the thing that politically, at some times, look, there's politics in every workplace, right? Yeah, but once again, it goes back to my point. It's like, and what I mean by playing it safe is if you think about all the senior management people who are in them job roles, they have bundles and bundles of experience.
Yeah, they do.
So they would overshadow you for someone who might have 5 more years or 6 more years experience. But at the same time, why can't you give a man a chance? And this is what I'm trying to say. It's like, what happened to employing a shining rising star? Do you know what I mean? It's like football. Like, I'm going to use the football terminology. You have player of the year and young player of the year.
Yeah.
Right, yeah? Now, that young player of the year award, right, yeah, means he's a shining star. Which means, right, do you know what, right, yeah? We play 38 games a year, but he only played 20 because, you know, we've got to make sure like we keep him fresh and got to look after him, look after himself. But guess what? He's ready to go to the big boy league now, right, yeah? Why has that not been done? Because guess what? One thing about the local authority, they have a tremendous apprenticeship They really do.
Yeah.
And I do know that for a fact, right? Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
There's loads of diversity. You know, they really give all the apprentices a real, you know, go out, you know, maybe go to AST or go to inclusion or social care.
Yeah.
Or, you know, do you know what I mean? So there's a nice variation of different roles or research and experience that they can gain.
Available.
Right? But as I said before, for me, it's if your face fits. Let's keep it real. All right.
No, but Rob, I will echo what you're saying. For me, it boils down to it's if your face fits.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and I think that's something that needs to be addressed. The question needs to be asked to senior leaders across the country. Do you think a black face can be a senior leader or director of children's services or what have you? I know there's in one local authority there is a black director, but I'm just saying, but across the board, the question needs to be asked is, do you feel there can be a black director? And the thing is, this is something that senior leaders have to talk amongst themselves. But that's what I'm saying. Like you have to. That's what I'm saying. That you have to be prepared to address the elephant in the room. Because the reality is, there's gonna be people out there who don't believe a director or senior leader should be black or should be Asian, should be anyone or should be from a minority ethnic group. That's something in social that you're gonna have to address it.
I'm gonna ask you 3 questions.
Yeah.
Number 1, why?
Huh?
Number 1, why?
Why they don't feel that?
Yeah, why? No. Why? Like, so generically, why do you think maybe that's the case? Why?
Because they don't. Okay, so in my view, like I said, this is just my opinion, innit? So don't shoot me down. But I'm saying, from my view, many don't feel maybe that a black face is what it means to be a leader. Okay. To be honest with you, that's what my view is, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe some might feel actually we don't feel a black face represents leadership. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? And potentially maybe there's stereotypes about it. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
So number 2 now, if you've got the piece of paper, you've also got the experience as Joe Bloggs. Yeah. But Joe Bloggs got the ting. Joe Bloggs got the appointment. He got the job role, right? Yeah. And you've got exactly the same experience as Joe Bloggs, right? Yeah. But he got it. And you're thinking, what did I do wrong? Right, yeah. So how much does experience play?
Experience, bro, does play a part. Do you know what I'm saying? If you've got the experience and knowledge, it plays a part into being able to evidence that you're fit for the job. Do you know what I'm saying? So it does play a part into it. Do you know what I'm saying? When it comes to interviewing and going for the role. Yeah. But I go back to what I said just a minute ago. There's many people out there who don't feel that a black face should be a leader. Yeah. So I'm trying to say to you, many have those old school racial views. Yeah. So I'm trying to say to you, and this is not me, bruv, sticking it on anyone. I'm just saying, there's professionals out there who work in social care or social work, who have those views. They don't think actually, it's someone who's black or Asian, they can't run the thing.
That's it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100.
Right, and let me just say this nice and slow, right, for people to understand. Me and Nana, we're not talking about any particular local authority borough.
We're not. We
haven't mentioned anyone's name or the person or what colour they are or whether they're male or female. This is a general, generic conversation. Yeah. All right. So let me say my point now.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Yeah. So no, but for me, I think that's what it is. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, a black face being a leader. Yeah. Really? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
But you know what? All right. So, all right. I'm gonna sit on the fence here now, and I'm gonna be a little bit empathetic. Okay, all right. Mm-hmm. Yeah? There are a lot of local authorities that are run differently. Okay. Yeah. Actually, during COVID, there was actually a local authority that went into what's the word I'm looking for now? They went bankrupt. There was a local authority that went bankrupt.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, what? I was like, is that even possible? But yeah.
Lost peace, fam.
Right? No, Bob, listen. Bankrupt, you know. Yeah. Right. So that particular local authority, I was like, wow. But during that time, probably about 6 months after, there was a particular local authority that was on the rise. And what I mean on the rise, they was changing the face value of their ethos. And they was employing much younger managers. It just began to change. So I suppose what I'm saying to you as well is that maybe some local authorities are just, it's the same management team that they've had for years and years, and maybe they're just stuck in their ways. And
And I think Rob, you're right.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of local authorities sometimes where they have the same management team and they're very much stuck in their ways, and sometimes they're not really prepared to change really.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that,
and that's also a good thing as well.
Yeah. But I think that where they're not prepared to change is a problem, but where they are prepared to change, it's a good thing, because I think a lot of local authorities now, there's training on equality and diversity. You know, people are able to speak a lot more about these kind of intricacies and these kind of challenges. Social workers, professionals, managers are being a lot more open about their experiences. Do you know what I mean, in terms of the inequalities that exist, and that's also a good thing. You've got to be open to go and say it. But
100%.
what I'm saying, Rob, is that where I've mentioned before about those who don't think a black face fits to be a leader is something that I view to be very, very true. And this is not everybody, but there are those who don't, and they've got their own unconscious bias and work bias that they bring into play, and they're not taking into account that this is very much a diverse profession that works with so many different groups of people. You need to represent all levels.
100%. Do you think that's also part of the reason why there is a high intake of social workers who are leaving the profession?
I think obviously we said it in episode 1 about caseloads and everything, but bruv, progression also is an issue as well. And like I said, that percentage of safeguarding professionals who feel that they can't progress up the chain, you know, because of those inequalities, is something that is very much factual, to be honest with you. And my question to those who don't feel a black face can be a director is, why is that? Why do you feel a black face can't be a director? Why do you think an Asian face can't? Why do you think someone from a minority group can't be a leader within children? Bruv, like, I look at me, for example. I mean, being a director is what? Right now, about 6 or so positions above me. And as you said, I believe in my source. I believe in me. And I know I can get there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm trying to be a young black male social work manager, and I want to be able, Rob, to change the world of social work.
Of course.
And I believe that actually you need to have more people, not like me, but more, you know.
Like you, bro.
All right,
like
thanks for that.
But
have more people like me up there who, whereby, you know, I've come from the ground. The cultural and the stuff that goes on. It's something that I'll be able to bring and say, actually, you know what, there's certain decisions that we're actually making. Actually, there's cultural implications that you need to take on board. Do you know what I'm saying? There's undertone. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, bruv, sometimes those decisions that are being made, sometimes, like, there is cultural stuff that, you know, that falls into play.
We have to keep up with the times.
You have to keep up with the times.
But you know as well, though, bruv, and then this is where I'm going to be a little bit fair. Not even diplomatic, but I'm going to be fair as well. Sometimes it needs the right person to be in that position to give you that chance. Right, so I'm going to give you a prime example. So when I left my school job, when I left education school settings to go back into local authority, one of my mentors, VB, definitely have to get her on, boy. You know what I'm talking about anyway.
Yeah, A1. Right.
So
A1.
That was my mentor. Still is my mentor, but that woman gave me a chance.
Yeah.
Like, so she saw something. She saw something. She goes, "Who's this guy?" But there's something about him now. Then you got to remember, when I first came into that local authority role, it was very much up in the air. It was just practically just mentoring, to a degree, a little bit of babysitting, but after a while, it was me, you know, doing my role, which was learner mentor. You know, obviously I've got certain qualifications in maths and English, you know, and I was teaching them how to write, read, how to articulate their language, whatever, whatnot. But then after that, I had all these social workers, everybody coming up to me, people from the YOS team, from the AST team. I was thinking, who's these people? What's going on here? But the point I'm trying to make to you, bruv, is that this woman gave me a chance. This woman and remember, she's a manager, yeah? A manager, yeah? So this manager said, right, you know, you see this guy? Yeah, I'm gonna invest in him. And that's what we're missing, bro.
Bruv?
That's what we're missing.
Bruv, 100%.
Generically.
Yeah?
Yeah? No, we're not mentioning no names, we're just saying generically, we're missing that type of manager in senior management who can, right, you know, see that guy there? I'm going to invest in him.
Bruv,
that's what we're missing.
Bruv, you know what, bruv, I'm going to say, I've had it, because even when I first started, you know, like there's a number of people in it.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah. And I know you said VB, yeah. But there's for me, there's PG, yeah. There's AB,
Yeah.
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 Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I've had there's there's loads in it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and throughout the years, yeah, like PG actually said to me when I first started that you're gonna be one of the future leaders of
Big.
us. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Yeah. I'm saying amazing, like role model, and then AB, yeah, and AB's like mum. Do you know what I'm saying? But the nurturing that I've had,
And that's what we're missing.
yeah,
That's what's
and
missing.
always saying to me, listen, yeah, just keep going.
Yeah.
The time's gonna come, and even say I'll make a mistake, will be hard on me, but will tell me
It's needed.
It's needed.
That's what VB gave me.
Yeah,
It's needed.
Will tell me.
It's needed.
Nah, you need to fix up.
Right.
Yeah, in like supervision.
It's needed.
Yeah, but tells me in a way that it's like so nurturing that, you know, I want you to do well, but
Yeah.
when you mess up, you mess up. Same
Yeah.
with PG. When you mess up,
Yeah,
you mess
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
But
Because
that's what's missing, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say to you.
And that's why, to a degree, we have to be a little bit fairer. Think, okay, well, just maybe that particular person is just not there. Maybe they are there. Maybe their hands are tied. We don't know,
Yeah,
bruv.
because sometimes, brother, it's like sometimes like not everybody, like it's not their time yet.
Yeah.
But they will get there. But they have to be given that opportunity
They
as
have
well
to be, yeah.
to be able to shine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? And I think having diverse management there is something that's beautiful and wonderful. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, it's a necessity. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it is.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You made a point earlier what you said. It's 2022, right? Yeah. All right. The world has gone through a lot of change.
Yeah.
In the last 18 months.
Yeah.
No, sorry, almost 3 years now. Shall I say? Sorry, right? Yeah. Now, as you say very clearly and quite correctly, at times it is a necessity that you maybe have a African minority ethnic individual taking on a specific role because they understand the need of that culture in that particular area.
That's absolutely right.
You understand?
That is the reason why. So when decisions are being made, yeah, you need to have somebody there from that background, because maybe the decision you're making, that person can say like, actually, no, you know what? There's certain aspects that you're not considering about this family or this child and what have you. Do you know what I mean? That I can understand and that I can actually relate to. So when you're making decisions, you have to be aware that decision that you're making is going to be having very, very kind of like, do you know what I'm saying? It's just like what we said in like the 3-4 episodes ago about, we mentioned about exclusions and proofs, and we spoke about the number of black children that are in proofs and everything. Do you know what I'm saying? It's those kind of things. Do you know what I'm saying? It's those kind of decisions and everything. You know what I mean? But yeah, you need to have diversity within your management structure. You do.
And you know as well, this is another thing as well for me, right? Yeah, like you got to remember, right? Listen, hang on a minute. These are trained professionals. These are, this is professionalism with substance, hard work. This is excellence.
Yeah.
So we're not doing some Mickey Mouse course or some just any job, you know. This is jobs working with vulnerable young people and vulnerable families.
Yeah.
These are jobs where there's a certain expertise in this job role, you know.
Yeah, there is.
You can't go to the libraries and study for 5 hours and think, oh, I know what I'm doing. No,
Yeah.
you don't go that way.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
Right? You got to be seasoned like chicken in this thing, you know, bro.
100.
But you got to marinate it, bro.
No, you have to.
Right? You got to put that thing in the fridge, right? Yeah, and in the morning, bang! You understand,
It's
brother,
ready.
yeah? You got to come. So it's like these. So when a person wants to progress, they're not begging you. They're demanding to a degree. Listen, I want to progress.
Yeah.
Right? And then when they are sort of like, being held back, they get agitated. Because, bruv, who doesn't want to progress?
Yeah.
Do you understand where I'm coming from? But, there has to be change. For me, there has to be change.
No, there needs to be change. And I
it's a
think
necessity, bro. And especially for black males or black African minority ethnic group males. Because, bro, that's too low. I'm sorry, it's too low.
But
It's too low.
bruv, 100%. And bruv, you know what? I'll tell you one
What's
thing.
that?
Yeah. Do you know the reason why for me, like I want to progress so far up the chain? Because for me, it's like, from my experience and what I've seen, do you know what I mean? Being a social worker, coming to almost a decade. I mean, I can't even believe it, bro. Maybe 9 years next year, 10 years a year after.
10 years in, baby.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Starting very young.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I want to kind of be in that position, because also on top of that, I wanted people to kind of see, in a way, black men doing something positive and different. 100%. Like, at least for a young person to be like, you know what, raw. It's a black director of children's services, you know, Nana. He used to be my social worker back in the day, you know. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Man is dropping gems today.
Yeah, do you know? No, but bro, no, big man thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I would love for like one day I get there and then someone says, that was my social worker back in the day. You know, he was calm. He's a director. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, I want to be that role model. It's like, bruv, me and you doing this podcast and why it's so important and why like it's powerful, because we're two black professionals. We're from ends. We're articulate. We know our stuff. So I'm saying, we're not just out here doing a madness. So I'm saying, no one can pigeonhole me and you. You know what I'm saying? So what we're doing is powerful. So that's the reason why, for me, that was always my drive. And loads of friends have told me, Nana, you know what? Nah, you can go all the way. 100%. I can go all the way.
Of course you can.
I'm willing to smash through that glass ceiling. Do you know what I'm saying? And get people talking.
And this is another thing as well that I think is very important to mention as well, right? Yeah. We have to think about what's best for us. You know, and sometimes we get you know, every professional gets comfortable. We get complacent.
Yeah.
We get set in our ways. You know, we get into a very strong routine. But sometimes, if you're not progressing, and you're not progressing at the level that you want to get to, sometimes you got to make a change for you. For you. You may not want to, because I'll tell you one thing that you don't always get. You don't always get to work with great staff, bruv. Right? Yeah. That's one thing I've learned. No, seriously, real talk. To this day, and to this day, this is nothing against other people that I worked with, but there was a particular school I worked in. But it was like my family. Yeah. Right? No, like, I used to go on holiday with these people, out to drinks, raving, out to eat. It was like a family. It didn't even feel like work. Yeah. But I loved it though. But then it came to a point where it's like, I got to progress. And it's getting stale here. Yeah. Money was good. Money was very good, in fact. But I'm not progressing. I didn't feel like I was. Yeah. So I needed to move. Right, yeah? So I had to stop being complacent. I had to stop being comfortable. And I had to make a decision that was going to be for the better
that's
for
right.
me in the long run. Because that's what it's about, bro. Yeah. It's about in the long run.
But I want to ask you, brother, a question, yeah? So in terms of, like, obviously, because I'm very kind of like, I know my experience in social, but in terms of, like, your sector in education, in terms of, like, diversity and all those sorts of things, but also, I know, in terms of your work...
So happy you mentioned that.
You obviously have meetings with top people, you know what I'm saying? So when you go into those arenas, what's your... Because I know what my experience is, like, what's your experience, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so... man. All right, so...
Keep it 100, fam.
So, no, listen, so... I go into a lot of meetings with a lot of big managers, and this is this is over the last 10 years. You know, executives, head teachers, police. People from different charities, but I'm talking the big guns. The big people, right? Yeah, the big bosses, right? Yeah. And when I first was in these meetings, I thought, what am I doing here? For me, because there was people around me with twice as much experience as me. Yeah. And they probably got twice as much qualifications as me. But what I've got on them, I've got people skills. Yeah. I've got the know-how, right, yeah? I've got the ideas, right, yeah? I'm going to back you. I'm going to implement your idea, head teacher, and we're going to make it happen. And as I said before, right, yeah? Over a period of time, I've began to be confident in me. Yeah. What I can bring to the table, right, yeah? And when you understand... Your sector, so your sector is social care. You know your sector, bruv. Yeah. You know what's expected of your sector, the reason why you're in it, what you got to bring to the table, your attributes, what you want to achieve. And in education, the beautiful thing about education, there's so much holes to fill. But for me personally, confidence.
Yeah.
I began to be confident in me. I wasn't, like, believe it or not, I wasn't always confident in me, you know. I used to like doubt myself, or I used to be nervous. I was like, damn. But over time, I began to believe in me, and that's why I'm comfortable, bro.
But do you think you can be a leader?
Brother, as I said to you before, give me £1 million today.
Yeah, turn the thing around, bro.
Today.
Yeah.
Right? People will be shocked what I can do with that money. And you know why? Because I'm going to make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat it again. I'm going to make a difference to the vulnerable young students in London, right? Yeah? Right? I'm going to create safe spaces, right? Yeah?
100.
I'm going to create residentials, right?
That's
yeah?
it.
I'm going to be doing therapeutic well-being centers for young people. Something different off the cuff.
Yeah.
That's not being done.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah? And this is why I say, like, give me that chance. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Give me that chance.
Yeah.
Right? Give me 6 weeks. In fact, let me have 1 weekend. I'll give you, let's have a trial. Sorry,
Yeah.
a trial,
Yeah.
yeah? Right? And then I'm going to show you what we can do.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to you, bro, we just need a chance. Another thing as well, in education, there isn't a lot of black head teachers.
You know, hey, bruv, talk up your ting, bruv.
Yeah.
That was in my head, you know.
There isn't a lot.
Talk up your ting.
Yeah, there isn't a lot. And over the years, that's also been a topic of conversation on radio shows. I think I heard something the other day on Radio 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
On radio shows, I've read it in the Telegraph, I've read it in different unions. So that's also been the topic of conversation as well.
I want to ask you a deep
why
question,
is that?
bruv. I want to ask you a deep question. Do you feel, as a black professional working in social care and education, because I know what my answer is as well for
Yeah.
me, do you think there's more pressure on you to do well, to make sure into the mistakes?
Of course there is. Of course there's a pressure. Because stereotypically, the stereotype, bruv. But let's keep it real. Right. Next week, I'll be on point. Right. My hairstyle is a mohawk, okay, yeah? All right? I promise you people them. It's coming soon, right, yeah? So I've got a mohawk.
Bruv, he ain't going to take his hat
Got
off,
the
bruv. I'm telling you right
beard,
now,
and I've
yeah.
got the go-to. No, I will, right, yeah? So when you look at me now,
Yeah.
I look a
certain way. Yeah. Yeah, 100.
People might think, this guy looks like some drug dealer or
Yeah.
some guy from
Nah,
down the road.
it's true.
But no,
It's true.
I'm a seasoned professional.
It's
Don't
true.
ever get this thing twisted out here, right?
It's
yeah?
true, it's true.
Right? And sometimes, because of the way I may look, he doesn't. He hasn't got the look. He hasn't got the criteria. Or you got someone who does have the look, who does have the criteria, but is also a black man, but it's the pressure of doing well, making sure,
Bruv,
of doing well.
I'm going to let you land in it.
Yeah?
I'm going to let you land in it. Go on, land on it.
It's the pressure of doing well. Because, bro, the minute you make one mistake, no, in fact, not even one mistake, half a mistake, au revoir, see you later. Yeah?
Yeah, bruv, you know what? I'm so happy that you said that. Because I'll be real with you, like, even like with me, to be honest with you, that pressure you feel, I feel that pressure as well.
Yeah.
I know, as a black man, yeah, bruv, I need to be A1.
Yeah.
Everything gotta be base.
Yeah.
Everything's gotta be A1.
Yeah.
Work, decisions, everything you make, I need to be on point. Do you know what I mean? And it's with everything.
Yeah.
Decisions that I make, what do you call it? How I work, how I record, everything. When I want to progress, when I interview, bruv, when I go into those big meetings, like, bruv, that pressure, I know I need to be on point completely, 100%. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Because if I'm not, it might be, like, you know, everything.
But you got to be professional.
Yeah.
Your
everything.
A game,
Everything A game.
Yeah.
When I deal with everything, bruv. Because like I said, the path that I'm on right now, I'm trying to go up. I'm going up. Like where I am right now in my career, I'm going up. So, like as far as I'm concerned, for me, I'm not prepared for anyone to go and say, this is the reason A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. This is why you can't. This is why you can't. This is why you can't. So I'm saying to you, as a black man, I'm trying to negate whatever stereotype you might have of me. Do you know what I'm saying? Or whatever you may think the reason why always too young, or there's a lack of maturity and all those sorts of things. You know what I'm saying? Or you're a young black male, everything. Like I'm trying to negate whatever thing you're trying to throw at, man. I'm trying to negate all of that. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you, bro? But that's like how, you know, I feel. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, I talked, like I said to you, I talked to so many black professionals.
Yeah.
I'm saying to you, and they understand. Like, yeah, like we know, like Nana, we know, we know. But this is how you got to position yourself, bro. Do you know where I learned that? When I did my management systemic training, that's called positioning theory. So for any student or anything, that's called positioning theory. Positioning theory, yeah. And I actually learned that in terms of how you need to position yourself in terms of power, in terms of your identity, how that looks. So the trainer said to me, Nana, how do you feel as a young black male manager in the system? How do you think you need to be maneuvering yourself? So I'm trying to say to you. So all these things here, positioning theory again, you can look it up. I'm aware of how, as a black male manager, I've got to position myself, how I've got to navigate myself, how I've got to talk when I'm in those rooms.
Yeah, but guess what? But it's actually quite important though.
Yeah, it is.
Because listen, you have to remember the arena. Like right now, we're relaxed.
Yeah, we're calm.
Right, so it's after work. So I could talk to you, bruv. Well, go on. When you say,
yeah, it's true.
We could talk like that because this is the arena.
Yeah.
To articulate ourselves in that way.
Yeah.
But if we're in a professionals meeting, you have to be able to articulate yourself in a specific way.
No, 100%. 100%.
At the same time as well, every now and then you can, use the jargon, I suppose, local authority, but mix up with a little bit of...
No, but that's what I'm trying to say to you. So, like, that's what I'm trying to say to you. But even, like, in those scenarios, sometimes, like, I'm a bit more conscious. So I might present and say, I might present something and I might want to mix it up and say, you know what, actually, this is how the young person is talking. Yeah. But then it's like, you can't. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Or when I'm on the phone talking to a professional, do you know what I'm saying? Like how I speak, how I present. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bruv, all these things as a black man, like, bruv, I'm conscious of it, you know? Like, because you got to be.
100%. But yeah, my brother, listen, time's getting by now. What I would say about, what's very important, and we are going to continue with this, we need to have more uncomfortable conversations.
Bruv, 100%. We need to be having it.
To be comfortable.
Yeah.
And, the world's changing, bruv.
100%.
I think what I've learned from this session today is the world is changing.
Yeah.
People need to be given a chance.
Yeah.
Just go for it. The narrative has to change. And one of the things that, bruv, I have to clap what you said just now, right? Yeah, because when you just spoke about you being a black man and you started from a particular point and wanted to reach a certain goal, and it's nice to hear that, and it's also nice for like the younger people to think, rah, what does he do? Do you know what I mean? Because brother, when they hear one day, because it will happen one day, that a black man is one of the top executives of a local authority, they're thinking, rah,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
What did he do to get there?
This is what I'm trying to say, bro.
Yeah, but what just happened to hard work? And it will be hard work. So, bro, you're going to get them, my bruv. I guarantee you, my bruv.
100, bruv. 100, 100.
And you know what? For me, these are actually exciting times. But the reason why they're exciting times is because I know that we have the ideas. We have the ideas to make a change.
Come on.
So it's not all bad. Do you know what I mean? Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
But, bro, I enjoyed that session, man.
Bro, I enjoyed it too. I mean, like I said, for me, bro, what we discuss is that we have to be uncomfortable. We have to be comfortable with talking about the uncomfortable stuff. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And this is something that is going on within the system. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I said, things will change. Things are developing. Things are moving forward. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But like I said, we need to be doing better.
No, we do. And the thing is, I said, diversity.
Exactly.
In every, for every person from every culture and every background, everybody just wants to be given a chance.
100.
But bruv, 1 second, yeah. Like, did you hear that? No, did you hear? Like, they're liking, look.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bing, 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 bing. TikTok.
Stop liking the thing.
Yeah.
Like it, subscribe.
Listen,
subscribe.
Reach out to us, man. Reach out to me, Robert. Instagram,
YouTube,
Twitter.
And also, listen.
Spotify, bruv.
Oh, yeah, Spotify as well. So, please, people, like, we really appreciate everything.
Yeah, man.
And listen, during this session, I feel like I've got blacker. Like, what I mean by that, I think I've got a suntan because it's hot, bro.
Hey, listen.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you one thing, yeah. Listen, we best just take all this vitamin D while we can, because winter time's peak, bruv. When you put cream on, you cream your hands, innit? And you cream your hands, it's like shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a bit white still, innit? Like, when it gets dry and it gets white and everything. Listen, come on, bruv. Yeah, but now, guys, thank you so much, guys, innit? Thank you, man.
All right, cool.
Take care, guys, man. Take care.
Cool.